All right, hello everyone that is joining today. I'm going to be sharing more of my book. This is a new book that I wrote that is available on the website if you would like the full copy. It's about being the supreme authority. It's different scripts and experiences that we're about to go into right now that really put you in a wish fulfilled of fully reclaiming your power, your desires, and getting into a place through listening, through normalizing, through relaxing into it, that owning your power, your full desire, your wish fulfilled, and not conditioning it, and it being here and now. These scripts help you really visualize and feel it with your partner, your family, your wealth, your just self-concept, whatever it is that you are desiring. This is all of the places where we have deferred our power to the outer world, given it up, or not felt safe to really experience what it's like to have our outer world really reflect your wish fulfilled consistently, not just some one-off, experience where there's like a catch or something like that. So as we continue into my book, I'll just be listening along with you, meditating, enjoying the experience, and what I want you to be aware of as you listen. What thoughts come up? What assumptions come up? What do you feel in your body? There might be moments where your body feels tight or you get distracted, you go back into the mind, something doesn't feel safe or comfortable. Assumptions of like judgment or denial, or I couldn't have that, or they would never do that. These are all the places that we defer our power. And so with love, we're just getting into the inquiry of it, being like, all right, then coming back and listening, going back into our body, breathing into it. And you can come back to this, again and again as needed until it feels comfortable, it feels safe. And until, that power that was always yours, instead of it being unclaimed and showing up in your 3D in unwanted ways, in ways that are seeming opposition, in ways that are deeply unsettling, right? With everyone as you pushed out. The way I've been trying to look at it more neutrally is everything that's happening out here that is still not to my wish fulfilled. It's not pleasing to me in some way. There's just, if there's a reaction, there's somewhere that I still need to reclaim some power. And it's not from a place of lacking. We're never, ever lacking. This is the rear view mirror, right? If we're still reacting, it's like, oh, okay. There's an assumption there really quick where I still think someone is doing something to me. I still think the mirror is in charge of me and my reality. I'm still deferring my power to a shadow-like reality. So let me just get that back real quick. Let me swallow that. Let me transmute that. Let me visualize right on top of it what I want it to be. Let me hear what I want to hear, see what I want to see. And every time we do that, especially in moments where it could be a very traumatic event or fear that's coming up. I'm talking about the fears of feeling powerless, of feeling so deeply vulnerable, of what you love the most has been taken from you, stolen, betrayal, where authorities or, things our subconscious was programmed to receive as out there in control. When that starts getting all, in your face out here, when we're reclaiming our dominion, really coming into our own supreme authority. All those places where especially our inner child was taught to fear, to bow down, to go into fight, flight, freeze. These are the moments where ideally, if you're listening to a book like this or doing the new courses that I have, where I'm just continually reprogramming, okay, there's no oppositional force. There's no external that can hurt me. This is my reality. It's safe to kind of claim this full power. It's safe to know what power is and how I wield it, because it's different than what I was taught growing up. As we reclaim these parts of us little by little and we heal the inner child within, who was taught to fear power, who was taught to fear, full expression or having wild desires. There's so many ways it happens, but as we set them free and give them what they want and reclaim it in those moments, we revise in those moments, and we normalize it by listening to books like this or courses like this that speak to your desires, it becomes more manageable. The reactions become less and less. And you finally set yourself free. You finally free yourself, as Neville states it, from the prisons of the mind, of external causes. And it can feel and be experienced in truly terrifying ways. That's what I've experienced. And from that experience, I've just created all these scripts to help get myself through it, and anybody else that has been oppressed or suffered to such a degree where, just assuming and getting the results isn't going to be enough. We have to really recognize the inner child within us that was so hurt and so conditioned to submit, to be passive, to kind of cower, to do things that protected us when we were little, of course. But now as the adult, we have to reparent. And how I reparent is through the law of assumption. So that's what this is. This segment of the book is very romance-based and just having a really reciprocal relationship of romance and passion and love. And as we keep listening, and I'll keep coming live with all this and sharing it, it will go into all the different elements that I have found essential to reclaiming and to continue on the journey of reclaiming power and dominion and what that actually means if it really is all you. All right, so let's sit back and listen and excuse you're going to hear the inner conversation LLC. It'll be over in a second, then it just keeps going. You'll see what I mean. All right, big breath in and out. And let's go ahead and just sink into this experience.
The night is thick with a sultry heat. Knowledge that tomorrow will bring even more of what you desire, because you have made it so. The night is thick with a sultry heat, a subtle reminder of the passion simmering just beneath the surface. The soft hum of cicadas fills the air, blending with the rustling of leaves outside the window. The scent of jasmine wafts in from the garden, intoxicating and sweet, wrapping around you like an invisible cloak. Every breath you take is laced with anticipation, and the very atmosphere seems to crackle with electricity. This is no ordinary night. This is the night when everything you've envisioned, everything you've spoken into existence, begins to materialize. You're in the living room, the plush cushions of the couch cradling your body as you sit in the soft glow of candlelight. The flames flicker, casting shadows that dance along the walls, and the air is thick with the heady mix of sandalwood and your partner's familiar scent. Every sense is heightened, every detail sharp and vivid. The fabric of your clothes against your skin, the smooth glass of the wine in your hand, the deep, rich taste of red as you take a sip. Everything is in perfect harmony, aligning with the reality you've created. Your partner is beside you, close enough that you can feel the warmth of their body radiating toward you, but just far enough that the space between you is charged with a delicious tension. They turn to you, their eyes dark and filled with an emotion so intense it sends a thrill down your spine. You're incredible, they murmur, their voice husky with admiration, and something more. I can't stop thinking about you, everything about you. The words are a balm to your soul, a confirmation of what you already know deep within yourself. You are irresistible, not just in your physical form, but in your entire being. You've become a magnetic force, drawing them closer with every passing moment. You lean in, feeling the smooth leather of the couch beneath you as you close the distance between you. It's because I'm everything you've ever wanted, you say softly, your voice tinged with a confidence that sends your heart racing. I'm not asking for too much, I'm just showing you what you truly desire. Their breath hitches, and you can see the effect your words have on them, the way their body tenses slightly, as if holding back is no longer an option. The energy between you is a living, breathing thing, growing stronger, more undeniable by the second. They reach out, their hands sliding up your arm, the touch searing through you, awakening every nerve. It's like being touched for the first time. Like every sensation is new, amplified, vibrating with potential. Your skin tingles where they've touched you, and you can feel the heat pooling low in your belly, a slow, smoldering fire that's ready to burst into flames. Inner Conversation, Elsie 2025. I'm not scared, they whisper, their lips brushing against your ear, sending a shiver through you. I'm just realizing how deep this goes, how much I need you. The words ignite something within you, a spark that quickly catches fire. You can feel the truth of their statement resonating in your chest, your heart beating in time with a surge of energy that courses through you. You're not just the object of their desire, you're the catalyst for something more, something deeper. You don't have to hold back, you reply, your voice steady despite the whirlwind of emotions inside you. I'm your safe space. I'm the fire that lights your passion, not the one that burns you out. They pull back slightly, their eyes searching yours, and you can see the shift happening within them. The way their doubts are dissolving, replaced by an overwhelming need to be close to you, to give in to the pull that's drawing them toward you. I'm not too much, you continue, your voice low and seductive. I'm exactly what you've been waiting for, more than you ever imagined you could handle. They nod slowly, as if they're finally beginning to understand, to accept the reality that you've been crafting moment by moment with every thought, every feeling, every word. The excuses they once had seem so distant now, like echoes of a past that no longer holds any power. The room feels smaller now, the space between you almost non-existent as they close the gap, their lips hovering just inches from yours. You can feel the heat of their breath, the subtle scent of their cologne mixed with something uniquely theirs, something that draws you in, that makes you crave more. You close your eyes, allowing the sensations to wash over you, to anchor you in this moment that feels more real than anything you've ever experienced. The taste of anticipation is on your tongue, a sweetness mixed with the sharp tang of expectation. Every fiber of your being is attuned to them, to the way their hand slides up to cup your cheek, to the way their thumb brushes over your lips, sending a shockwave of pleasure through you. When their lips finally meet yours, it's like a dam breaking, a flood of emotions and sensations that you've been holding back, now released. The kiss is deep, slow, and filled with a promise of more to come. You can taste the wine on their lips, mingling with the salt of your own desire, a potent mix that leaves you breathless. Their other hand finds its way to your waist, pulling you closer until there's no space left between you, only the feeling of being completely enveloped in their warmth, their passion. The world outside ceases to exist. There's only the two of you here and now, caught in a moment that you've created, that you've manifested into reality. Inner Conversation, Elsie 2025.
Okay, we will continue more tomorrow. What I want you to notice, and if you listen back to this, if you can allow yourself to sink into that and visualize that and be in the experience of it, again, just be in the inquiry of what comes up for you. I know myself that when I allowed myself to really invoke, passion, desire, romance, that type of reciprocity back into my visualizations, and then it was actually happening. For me, there was a lot of conditioned assumptions about, is this safe? Past heartbreaks coming back, not wanting to lose control or to show so much emotion or need or desire. And it's that need and that yearning, that desire that can be such a powerhouse as a manifester. I'm someone that when I need something, I desire something, it's never small. It's always to such an extreme, to the point where I had really blocked that off. And when this was coming back into my life as something I was reclaiming and saying, no, this is something I've had before, I would like it again, there was a lot of just patience and ownership I had to take as I would create scripts like this or listen to things like this or even watch movies or different things that would inspire it. And the parts of me that would yearn and need so badly had been so frozen inside. And learning to talk to those parts and be like, okay, that desire is worthy, that yearning, that need it's just a marker that tells you that this is part of who you are. This is what is coming into form. But I'm not going to abandon this need anymore. I'm not going to cower from it. I'm not going to diminish it or ask, is it appropriate to the outer world, which is a mirror? It's just a mirror. I decide what's appropriate. I decide what my desires are. I give it to myself. And the parts of me that are so terrified that I've learned to shut it down, to not even want or need, those are essential parts of me that I love about myself. And now as an adult, I can trust myself in creating these and allowing these imaginal acts to come through. And when they do come through, trusting that this can now be part of a balanced, healthy relationship because it reflects the healthy relationship I'm revealing within myself. It won't go out of control like it used to when I was a teenager or things like that. And the drama doesn't have to be part of passion and love. It can be sustained. And so for me to have a full experience of reclaiming my power, where I do want a life where there is love and romance, and also just like the stability of someone that's reliable and shows up and, building a family with, that can all come together. And that yearning and need I have, instead of diminishing it, which is cutting myself off from my true power, I can learn that I do have the capacity to hold it, to be with it. And it's not fantasy. It's not escapism anymore. It's part of whatever it is I want and creating my world to be. So I'd love to hear in the comments, if you listen, your thoughts, how it felt. If you listen to it a few times, noticing what it's like to really go into that place. And what other desires, what other, sensual experiences are calling within that maybe you've shut off. I do find opening ourselves up to the vessels that we are, where we have these sensual experience, that's such a big part of manifesting, to really feel it and allow the passion and the ecstasy and the bliss to come through. It's safe now. And that is what life can, in many would say, is meant to feel like all the time. Addressing those frozen parts of us, the parts of us that didn't feel it was safe to go there, or to really sink in and lovingly revise it. All right, more tomorrow. And then obviously if you want this full book, it is in my courses. So Reclaiming the Throne and Unmasking Manipulation on the website. See you all soon.